Hello everyone and welcome to this album review. Now today I'm going to be talking about this release here by Pink Floyd. This is the Division Bell. So in this video I've just done the usual thing of talking about the album, a little bit of background context, and then also show you what you get with the vinyl edition of the album here. This is the 2014 reissue, and then also go over all of the album's tracks as well. So this was Pink Floyd's second to last album. Not too sure what number of album it was, but they'd had many albums before this. This was like the last album for quite a long time actually. Until 2014 when we saw the release of The Endless River. But anyway, this was released on the 28th of March 1994. By this point, Roger Waters was long gone from the band. He left in 1985, and after that, they David Gilmour and Nick Mason done a Momentary Lapse of Reason album, and then toured to promote that, and then Richard Wright actually got back with them during that tour, and he played quite a big role in this album here. You can definitely hear he definitely had a hand in the making of this album here, because there's a lot of synthesizers and keyboard bits on this album here, what really contribute to the overall sound of it. This was a very big commercial success, as is pretty much anything put out by Pink Floyd. This got to #1 in both the US and the UK, and numerous countries too. It was pretty much a worldwide huge success. However, it did get a mixed critical reception. That many thought that it was nowhere near as good as Pink Floyd's sort of classic material. Me personally, I think this is every bit as good as some of their 70s stuff. I mean even better than some of it actually. But I'm always tempted to say that this album is underrated, simply because this isn't seen as one of Pink Floyd's best albums, when I think that it is one of their better ones. So I've got this, this is my copy of the vinyl here, sent to me by my very good friend James Lobban, and once again I have already thanked him for getting for buying me this, but just once again, thank you, mate. This was an absolutely brilliant gift. So 2014 reissue here. This is a double vinyl edition here. When this was originally put out in 1994 on vinyl, it was just a single vinyl disc, because a lot of the songs were cut down and edited and shortened out. So in here we get, there's the gatefolds off it here, and there's the back cover there. I do have a slight criticism though with the actual packaging of this one here. It is quite poorly done, I think. There's no track listings at all, and what I would have maybe the gatefold, they could have put a track listing or something. There's also no pictures of the band either, but that was that was common practice with Pink Floyd. But I would have expected a track listing, so that if I have the album on and oh, I quite like this song, but what song is it? But I don't really know. I had to go the internet and search. So anyway, it comes with these inner sleeves, so it's quite nicely designed, and then the records are like this. That's side A, and then side B has the track listing is actually on the record sides, but it's not ideal when the record's spinning to try and read what song it is. So I was a tad disappointed with the actual packaging of this album here. So that's one of the vinyls, and then I'll just quickly get out the other one, which is in the other side of the gatefold. So that's what it looks like there. And this one is on a slightly different pattern there on that side, and then here it just has the track listings on the other side of the label. And then we also got in here, we got a download card, and I just think that the only other thing in here is that's a sticker that was on the front of it, and then I've got the download card here, which I've already downloaded anyway, so just try and sit there, but I just like to cover it up just in case. But So anyway, I will now get on with going over all of the tracks on this album here. So it opens up with a piece called Cluster 1. This is quite a strange start to the album, like a weird sort of like atmospheric track, mysterious start to the album, but like it's not a song what I play out with the album, mind you, but it is, it works as like an opening piece. We then go on with What Do You Want From Me, and I find that this one is very, very similar to a song Have a Cigar from Wish You Were Here, like just like the sort of like the keyboard part on this one here, like it's very, very similar, and like almost copying it really. This like a slower ballad style song, well I call it like a ballad, but it does it does like rock along nicely, and like the lyrics in this one can like be perceived as like addressing the fans who like always wanted more from Pink Floyd and like David Gilmour. This was actually a single from the album, a live version of this one here. I think maybe released to promote the album Pulse. The live version of this song reached number 28 in Canada. So let's actually talk about Pulse, the CD. Actually, like I haven't got like that CD. I haven't got like any live Pink Floyd albums, but maybe I'd quite like to get the Pulse CD because I know the vinyl goes for absolutely silly money. We then have track 3 is Pulled Apart, and this is one of my favourites from the album. This is just a brilliant song. I love how kind of goes through like stages and that. Starts off like the opening as like sort of like soft like acoustic guitar sort of finger picking style song. Then like it completely changes direction for like, the middle bit, and there's sort of like a string section, quite like mysterious again. But then it just comes back in with like the drums, and it's like the classic Pink Floyd sound, and then it just ends with a wonderful guitar solo. So I suppose Apart is like one of like my favourite songs from this album here, and like actually one of my favourite Pink Floyd songs altogether. The lyrics in this one, they speak to again like the first verse, he is addressing Sid Barrett, and again like the second one, it's like it's thought that he is talking about Roger Waters. So let's make what you will of that. We then move on with this is on to side 2 of this version of the album with the song Marooned, and this is an interesting guitar like instrumental piece. That kind of reminds me of like the better material from like the album The Endless River, because of course that was recorded at like the same time as this one. They're basically just like outtakes from this album here, but like this song sounds like one of like the better ones from that album. This was actually awarded a Grammy Award, and won the Grammy for the best rock instrumental performance. We then move on with A Great Day for Freedom, and this one is like sort of talking about like the fall of like the Berlin Wall, what like happened like a few years before this album was put out. However, all others say it was about Roger Waters again. Like they sort of say that like that David Gilmour, he was always quite spiteful of like his ex-bandmate. And I could also like the freedom what David Gilmour and like the other band members felt when when like Roger Waters left. Overall, my opinion of the song is that it's a very like uplifting piece, like especially towards at the end with like the guitar solos. Like guitar solos like on this album are like absolutely fantastic. So that's some of like the best guitar what Gilmour has like ever played like throughout his career. We then go on with Wearing the Inside Out, and this is Richard Wright's first lead vocal since the album Dark Side of the Moon actually. So that's quite interesting. Overall though, this isn't a great song. It's it's okay. I mean, like when like you listen to the album, but like as I said before, like with Cluster 1, it's not a song I would pull out from the album as like being like one of my favourites or to listen to out with the album. We then go on with Take It Back, which is on to like another side of vinyl. This is a solid one, and very fast paced with a really great chorus. One of my favourites from this album actually. Coming Back to Life is next, and this one I really like. It starts off quite soft and slow, and then like the rhythm kicks in, and I absolutely love the rhythm. It just gets like your foot tapping, and like it's really great. So but I would definitely like listen to that track if like you're not familiar with it, because it's one of like my favourites from this album. Then I have Keep Talking, this is another one what sounds quite similar to like the stuff on like the Endless River, is because this one features a sample of Stephen Hawking's voice, as does one of the tracks on the Endless River. So like there's kind of like a similarity there. This one actually did get to #1 in again like America on like the album rock tracks chart. So just sort of I just thought that I'd throw that fact in there. Then I've Lost for Words, which is another song what is like used to show like lyrically it shows Gilmour's strained relationship with Roger Waters. A really great song, and kind of like another favourite from this album. And then it closes with the song High Hopes, which is very much like now like considered like a Pink Floyd classic. Like all like the Pink Floyd tribute bands everywhere, like they all play this track, and like it's a slower one, but it does lift beautifully for like the chorus, and like the lyrics deal with like Gilmour's sort of like early days, like growing up in like Cambridge and leaving the town where like he grew up. This was also a single, probably like the most popular song like from this album here. Reached number 26 in the UK and number 7 in the American charts. But I'm not sure if like that's like the actual proper Billboard chart, or if it was just like another sort of sub chart like rock tracks or something. This song would have really been like a fitting career and like a fitting end to Pink Floyd's like really like long career. However, they had to kind of like ruin it a little bit, putting out like the Endless River, what was a little bit like unnecessary and like not really needed. So back to this album though. I think this is a really great album for the most part. I'd possibly put this in like the top 5 for again like the top 5 for Pink Floyd. I mean like like I say, this is probably better than like The Wall for me personally. Like I've never been a big fan of that album, but like I do tend to prefer like Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, Animals, Metal a bit more than this album though. But this is still great though. I would however say that I would probably prefer like the actual original vinyl version, where like some of the songs are like like all like the songs I think are like in like a slightly shorter form, because that is like the other criticism like all of this album here. The songs do drag on a little bit, and I kind of like they like meander on a little bit. So I feel that like with like the original vinyl, although like I haven't heard it yet, like the actual like mixes on like the original vinyl edition, I feel that I would maybe like that a little bit better. But this is still a bloody great album though. I'd have to give this about a 9 out of 10 because it's really good and like almost like underrated. Simply because this is sort of like forgotten really when like compared with Pink Floyd's other classic material. So I hope you have enjoyed this review, of course, and like as always, leave suggestions for future reviews down below, like the video and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.